So I'm wearing my back yoke sweater. Ugh. The folder isn't the collar isn't double folded, but I like fold it so it's kind of like that. Oh, yeah. Look at the stained glass. Pretty. Ooh.
This way. Well, this way brings us towards the water at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about, because it is a little cold out too, how about I just make sure.
Beautiful New England architecture.
I know, it's Friday. Come in.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my gosh, you're first.
No, they're locked.
No!
When you say come in, at 5. They're only open Thursdays and Fridays. Oh, that's a neat building. What is it? Aha! It's prom. Okay.
Yeah, we measure everything.
It's got a little stretch to it. It's chest 34. Oh, the waist is 27. Ooh, look.
It's mohair and
Is it?
wool. Yeah, mohair.
Crab cakes, crispy calamari.
Look at our burrata. Manhattan. And you got sangria?
It's a type of sangria, yes.
Okay. This looks so awkward.
Wow, not sweet at all.
I feel like mine's really sweet for Manhattan. Hello. I think the last time you saw me I was in Portsmouth. No, I know the last time you saw me I was in Portsmouth. And I wanted to add a little sit down part because there wasn't much knitting going on there. I cut my hand and I have a poop emoji Band-Aid. So yeah, that's fun. And I'm on my porch right now. It's finally nice out. It was very yucky out yesterday. And I have some fiber things at my feet. Oh, I'm wearing my scrap sweater. I don't know if I wore this last time I filmed this. I don't know, but this is done. Revel in it. I have some updates. I feel like I've changed my mind about some things since the last video, or my plans have just been altered. So I think last time I said I was gonna cast on the Annex sweater. Oh, finished my back yoke sweater. I'll show some photos of it. It's beautiful. I didn't need to block it, which is unusual. But it's perfect, it's done. And now we're moving on to tank tops and summer knits. So, Annex tank. I have my 6 skeins of Kestrel from Quince & Co. in the color Sand 501. I really hope this gives me enough. The first 3 sizes in this pattern say you only need 6, but I have a really long torso. And I'm already getting scared because it's like, it's telling me that I can start the neck shaping now. And I'm like, no way that's gonna cover my belly button. Like, no way. And this works up wicked fast because even though it's a linen, it's like, I think it's like a worsted weight, actually. And it's on like, it's supposed to be on size 9. needles, but I ended up doing 8 just because it was I didn't want it to be so gapey. And also another thing about this pattern that confuses me is like, so one of the main things that you notice when you look at it is like the drop stitches, like there's 2 here and then 2 here and some along the side. And the thing is I read over the pattern and I don't see at what point it says to drop the stitches. So I'm like, it gives you like, I believe these markers where you're gonna drop them in the front, but for the side panels I have no idea like how I'm gonna drop those stitches. But anyways, it's worked flat, which is unusual for me. I'm used to working in the round. But basically you'll make the shoulders and then continue flat down the back and then seam under the arms together. But hey, it hasn't been like that torturous purling every other row, you know. And loving the color. Still anxious about when and how to drop the stitches. Yeah, that's how my next tank is going. And besides that, the only other cast on I have is the Good Bunny. Where is it? Where's my Good Bunny? Oh, here it is. So it looks kind of crazy right now because it's on double pointed needles, but I finished the little legs, the bunny legs, and I moved on to the body. Oh, I dropped a stitch. That's scaring me. Okay, well, that's probably just gonna keep happening. But yeah, I'm using, it's like a baby alpaca, so plush. And it's like a small thing of it, and it was kind of expensive, but I was like, you know, I only need to buy 1 skein, so might as well have an extra plush, beautiful plush bunny. But I kind of lost like my motivation for this because I started the tank top, and I know it's not something I can wear necessarily, but I'm sure one night I'll just like trudge through a bunch of it and finish it, you know. It's kind of, I really don't like working with double pointed needles, but I'll make the sacrifice for my good bunny. Oh, I'm using their size US 2 DPNs. And then, for my, I think it's the strawberry tank, the cable one I was talking about, I was looking at yarns. I think my last video I said I wanted to attach it to this filet crochet half a top. But actually, I was like, you know what? I just want to make the pattern. Like, I like the pattern enough as it is. I just want to make it like that. So I ordered 5 skeins of Knitting for Olive pure silk in this like nice light blue. I'm just gonna make the top when it comes in. Oh, I did like a not necessarily a gauge swatch. I don't know what you would call it. But I wanted to see how difficult the pattern was for me. So I just got some linen. It's definitely like a thicker yarn than what I'll be using, but I just wanted to see like if I'm even at the skill level where I can do this, but it came out pretty nicely. The cables aren't necessarily like traditional cables, like you're not dropping any stitches, you're just like picking up these like from below to get this like flowery effect. I don't know. I do like this color, but I feel like it would look weird on me, like on my skin tone as a tank top, and I don't know. Maybe I just wanted an excuse to buy the Knitting for Olive pure silk, which by the way, it wasn't that expensive. Because, well, the pattern, I think the biggest size, it said you only needed 4 skeins. And it's like $8 a skein. I'm like, what? I got 5 just because, like, I have a long torso and I know I'll need to make it longer than usual, but that's not bad. Like, for a pure silk garment or top. It was like $40 for 5 skeins. But maybe my mind is just like warped from buying like swinter quantities of like fancy wool. But that's where we are with that. Also, I'm thinking about like other forms of fiber arts. My mom, she doesn't cross stitch. What is it called? Embroiders. My mother embroiders and kind of cross stitches as well. And I saw some stuff on Pinterest of people that were doing embroidered like poems, like full letters of like cursive wording. And I've always written in cursive, and I love the idea of like writing like something I've written in embroidery thread onto something. And I borrowed some of her stuff, and I had her kind of teach me the basics, and it was kind of like a wake-up call, or just like taught me a little something about my character and how I get really, really frustrated when I don't pick up on something fast. And you're probably thinking like, oh, how did I learn to knit? Because it's really hard to pick up on that fast. And I think the only reason I was able to catch on so quick is that my lovely cousin / best friend taught me when we were in college together, and I was really sick for a while and had nothing else to do. And I'd just call her over to my dorm room and be like, hey, what does SSK mean? What does KTOG mean? And it just flew together, and you fly by when you have someone there in person just show you instead of like looking up YouTube videos. And my mom was there, but I don't have her anymore, so I can't be like, hey, what am I doing wrong? And I really don't want to watch YouTube videos, but just kind of like I've advanced so far in knitting. It was funny to like go back to like step 0 with a different form of fiber arts and realize like, oh, just because I know how to do one doesn't mean I'm going to be like immediately the expert at the other. That's not how it works. And I'm just going to sort of like put it down for a while and then wait until like I have a fresh motivation, to really sit down and learn how to do a solid stem stitch, and then from there learn how to do stem stitch lettering. But of course I was like, oh, what are other things I can do besides knitting? Because I need more things. So I went to Martin's. They often have some good yarns, depending on what's going on. But I try to get myself to hold off because I tend to go there and then buy yarns without like a project in mind. I need to have a project in mind before I buy the yarns. Anyways, I'd been interested in like looming. I'd seen some videos on it, and this was literally $2. I know you can make a loom out of like cardboard, but I was like, if I just one day wake up and want to do it, I'll have this, and it's only $2. And I hear it's a good way to like use up scrap yarn. So I have this. And since we're on the topic of other fiber-related things, but not necessarily knitting, I took a spinning class this winter. I just wanted to show off some of my hand spins. I was really glad I took the class, but I think what I learned from it, and a lot of people also feel this way, is that like, to me, knitting and spinning are like 2 different hobbies. Like when I'm spinning something, I'm not necessarily thinking like, oh, I'm making this to knit with. I'm just making it to like spin it, Anyways, here are my skeins, which, I probably not even gonna knit these. They're just gonna like stay like this forever because they're my hand spins. I don't know. I'm at peace with my decisions. One thing that's been in my mind is, I think last time I talked about how I'm pretty much on like linen tops, tank tops for the summer, with the exception of doing a wool colorwork sweater to submit to a fair in the late summer / fall. Because apparently there's like, at a lot of my local fairs, found this out from a friend in the Knitting Guild of Maine, that there's a lot of quilting submissions, but there's kind of a drought in knitting submissions. So, I know you can like, like win like $20, $50 to get first place. I wouldn't really do it for that. I just do it to like say I submitted something I made to a fair and go see it at the fair just for fun. But so I know I had bought the pattern from the Nordic Mix sweater a while ago, and I thought about doing that for the festival, but I don't know, it's just, it makes me sort of fatigued because I've like seen it so much, and it's all color work, and I don't know if I could do that, or if I could have that in my heart. But another colorwork sweater, which I just bought the pattern for, is the Loom sweater. It's a pretty simple like yoke, and I saw in the projects folder someone did it with like Lopi, the single spun sort of rustic, I think it's a Norwegian yarn, and they did it in like a dark blue and a light blue, and it looks really great and like plush and just the way I would want mine to look. And like, it'd be cool if I did that with a Lopi and like either a light green and a dark green, or a light pink and a magenta. So just something that's in my mind, and maybe I'll have to submit to a fair. I think that's all I have for right now. Thanks for watching.